It's already gonna be 2025. I hate everything. Hello, yes, welcome back. Mika also says hi, by the way. And if you're not here after the Halls video, hi, I'm Chiyun, and I am a huge 2D idol-loving stationery head. For part 2 of my, I don't know, whatever this thing is I'm doing, end of the year, stationery, whatever, I just wanted to reflect on my experience with this year's analog stuff, what worked, what didn't. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing any setup in this today. I'm still struggling with that. It's bad. That sort of future-related stuff will be a whole other thing. For context, I will say, this is not the main part of my whole system. This is like a very small part of it. Because most of my journaling, planning, all that stuff is done digitally. And that's also like a whole other thing. But yes, these two are the two main books of the analog part of my system, which is my travel buddy and scrapbook. There's more smaller stuff, but these are like the two big boys. So my travel buddy is basically any system I use that goes outside with me or otherwise anywhere, anytime that I'm like away from my tablet. Because, like I said, the main part of my whole system is a digital planner thing. Like I use Penly. So this would be almost like I guess the closest existing word for it would be like a catch-all. Not really a brain dump, but it could be. I don't really brainstorm in this. That's a different thing. But overall, it's just a place to write stuff, right? It gets mostly used as like my timeline away from my timeline. Because I'm one of those people who uses a 24-hour timeline in order to log stuff. So, like, I'm not getting into this today, but just as an example, here's what my daily spread in Penly would normally look like. And my travel buddy would help to serve as that timeline when I'm away from my tablet. So, timeline away from my timeline. I hope that makes sense. But I also use it for almost everything else, like gaming notes, quotes, reminders, thoughts, anything, again, if I'm away from my tablet. Anything I feel like I need to write down, I'll do that, and then I'll transfer it to Penly if I feel like I want to keep that information. The scrapbooking thing is usually a standard size TN refill, where I put in all sorts of, like, trash. I'm sure a number of people watch the Jet Pens videos, but I feel like I'm incurring the wrath of Stephanie, because at some point she said, it's not trash, it's ephemera. But you know what I mean? Like, receipts, packaging, that kind of stuff, right? So as an example, I have summoned my scrapbook from 2023. There are no stickers, no writing, no extra decorative elements. If there are ever any, like, stickers or washi in here, it's because that's part of, like, I got that from someone, and that's part of the memory. It's not from me. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So here's a good example. This is trash. I remember this. This is the first time I ever got to try these cookies. I think that's the only time I ever ate these cookies. I don't think I bought them ever again. And then washi, because that's like a gift from my friend, and it like matches, so that's why I put that there, right? I had received it around the same time too, so that makes sense. Now there's more Demon Slayer snacks. God, this thing was everywhere at the time. Jesus, like... There are more packaging things. This is like a day I went out with my friends and I ended up getting a lot of Cinnamoroll stuff. That's why this is here. And even just like stickers from foods that I ate or things I bought. You got some pens there. Sometimes there's even like a whole ass instruction manual. if it fits, of course, for like whatever I happen to buy then. And if the instruction manual fits, I'll just put it in there. That's kind of funny, actually. This is great, by the way. But yeah, you get the idea. There's also these other refills that are exclusive to this year for reasons, and I'll actually start talking about them now, but these are both, again, standard size refills. This is a monthly, and this is a vertical weeks. I initially got these and like a bunch of other TN stuff, because I thought I was going to be using a TN as the main part of my system, like that I wasn't going to use digital. And then I changed my mind, and I did go into digital, and it was a whole mess. So then I was like, what am I going to do with these? So I said my scrapbooking insert has no decorative shit, right? Well, this would be only decorative shit. Well, kind of, like drawing, stickers, that kind of stuff, right? Because I have so much left over from my days of being fully analog that I'm like, when else am I going to use this stuff? And it was working for like 2 months. And then I just absolutely, completely fell off a cliff. which I'm not mad about. It just stopped being a priority because I wasn't doing this out of necessity. It was just like a fun extra thing. I do like whatever I was able to fill in these, but I'm not really upset about this being like incomplete. If I ever get the itch to like decorate or draw again, it'll be there for me. It's whatever. Okay, first let me show you the monthly insert refill thing. Oh, I should probably get rid of that, right? I'm not get rid of it, but like take it out because I'm not even gonna use this. Okay, where's January? So there, yes. I was using it as like a cute little mini sketch thing a day, and I really actually like this idea. I really want to do this to kind of get myself back into any sort of drawing because I have issues with drawing because I have trauma from when I used to be an art major. So it's yeah. But I think this is so cute. Like I'm sure other people already do this, but oh god, I love the idea. I love the vibe. I just could not keep up with it. You can see I fell off. I think I fell off both these inserts around the same time. Like I was so close to finishing February. But on the bottom here, I did write the fan club names of all the Tsukuta characters. If you know, you know. So like their fan club names in the katakana in colors, and then in like gray, there we go, like the Roman letters. I can't even say English because they're not English words. I really did enjoy doing this when it was, you know, like when I was actively doing it though. So it would either be something related to that day, maybe something I ate, something that happened, maybe it's the dream I had, because this is for sure a dream I had. I kind of do remember that. But these are like the outfits I wore that day. This day, I remember I was so dead tired, but I ate something really good and then it woke me up. And I also had a dream about a giant fish coming in through the window. That's fun. Being a Junji Ito fan is great. And then the next month, there's more of like what I wore. I think I probably caught like a really good Chansey that day. Oh, that's the day I started playing, what's it called? Soul Strike? No, that's, oh my god. It's like I forgot what it was called, but it's like one of those idle, not IDOL, IDLE games. But it's, the main character's like this dude with no head. I like how it's just slippers and I remember that that's a dream I had. But yeah, like again, I know this is all mostly empty, but if I ever want to go back and draw these again, I totally can. All I would have to do is look back at my journal, see what happened, and just kind of draw whatever happened that day. Maybe one day, who knows. And the other insert is, like I said, of Vertical Weeks. This one I used for like the stickers and the washi that I was trying to get rid of. So here for the last week of December, I used a bunch of like Osmanthus stuff I had, because that's Zhongli's birthday. And then we go into all this stuff. So I would use like night-related washi for when I slept. That was kind of cute actually. So you could see very easily when I slept. Well, actually, that's not really fair because this isn't a 24-hour timeline. So up top, I was doing if it was someone's birthday or if it was like a holiday, I would put stickers related to that, or just in general, like something about that entire day, not like specifically, what is it, to the hour or whatever. And then I would put stickers of things I ate, right? If I ever exercised, whenever I ate candy, when I had dinner, stuff like that. I actually really like this. I also really like how this turned out. Just straight up, just no writing, no, just stickers. I think that's a cute vibe too. I had really fun just using everything. I had like a lot of fun just using all the washi. Because like when else am I going to use all this type of washi, right? Yeah, that's the day I went to eat like sushi buffet with my friend. That was a good time. And here it was Lunar New Year, so just New Year related washi everywhere. That was the actual day, of course. And then I would use like music washi for when I was just spending time listening to music. Oh, this was great. This was actually really fun. And I started getting crazy and just doing put random decorative washi for no reason. Why not? Oh, and the colors I use, because like January's purple, February's pink, that's again Tsukuta character colors. Lots of donuts happening this week. And then I fell off. again, that's okay. It's whatever. If I ever want to decorate again, it'll just be there. All right, excuse me, trouble buddy. Okay, now the scrapbook thing. I usually use a singular dot grid or even blank, but I would prefer dot grid insert, much like the one I had for 2023, because that's enough for like a year's worth of ephemera. But in addition to the monthly calendar refill and the vertical weeklies, I also bought, the horizontal weekly with memo that also I had no other use for because I changed my mind about what I'm going to do. So I said, why not use that as my scrapbooking thing? Like, why not? Like, I already have it. It's here. Like, you might as well. I don't want to just have the refills just sitting there and rotting away. I would feel really bad. And then they're dated too, so I can't really do anything with them outside of this year, right? So, But still, I just still wish I had my usual single insert for this purpose. Like, I'm not generally the type of person who minds gaps in planners and such, but for this specifically, it just didn't feel right. Like, if something is supposed to be dated, it's probably going to have gaps. And that's fine to me, because I personally think that the fact that there are holes in your dated notebook says something about how you are doing, how you're feeling. But if it's not supposed to be dated, such as my scrapbook, because then why are there gaps in my book, Because, for example, again, like the 2023 big chunky scrapbook refill that I showed you, it's just straight up page after page, undated, nonstop things, right? It may not even be in exact chronological order. It's just wherever there's space, right? Like, that's how I like my scrapbook inserts to be. It got to the point where near the end of the year, like recently, I started allowing myself to spread out the ephemera to some of the empty pages if those things were stuff with dates on them. So things like receipts or passes, you can tell when they're from because they have like timestamps on them, right? So it technically wouldn't matter too much if I put them in the pages of the week before or after. That did help to alleviate this disgust I was feeling from the empty pages somewhat. But yeah, never using dated shit for my scrapbook insert ever again. This was just, I didn't want to waste this refill. I felt really bad for it. So here, let me just show you how chunky it is, right? You can tell, oh god. And the fact that it's in two separate notebooks, I guess it is interesting to see that the first half of the year, pretty flat, right? Not as eventful as the latter half, of course, because all the holidays and birthdays are mostly in the latter half of the year. So that makes sense. When I tell you it was uneventful, like, this is just, well, I did keep it because I thought it was pretty. These are from like tissue boxes. Some of the patterns are really nice though, but I was cutting out some of the patterns from the tissue boxes and putting them in here. Like, that's how nothing my life was. Oh well, this is when my friend visited and gave me stuff, so that was cute. But even in the latter half of the year, sometimes pages look like this, and this really bothered me. Oh god. Oh, this was quite the week. Remember when this happened? Jeez. Oh, this is the thing that's sticking out. These little ribbon biscuits that I got from Tesso? Yeah, Tesso. We're not gonna see the side. That's a receipt. That has information. Oh, this is from another hangout. There we go. Also from the same hangout, but like I put all these here because I ran out of space. There we go, more things. Got the shortbread cookie, which is really good, by the way. This cookie's so good. But yeah, that's that. So you go over there now, and we're going to bring back a little travel buddy. Hey, buddy, welcome back. Okay, so this year I used this Hobonichi Weeks. It's one of the smooth cover ones in the color Sangria. Really love how this looks and feels. Hold on, the mic's over here. Also, my skin is dry as fuck, but it's the perfect color for me personally, but also as a Valkyrie P. Because if you know me, you know Valkyrie's my whole personality. When I got this, I also got, that cover was in this light berry cover by Mina Perhonen. All from Yoseka, by the way, love them. I actually really like this cover. It's such a nice wallet if you just want to use it as one instead of like a cover for a notebook. It is kind of big. It is larger than your regular. Let me grab one of the. Here we go. So this is a more standard sized, like long wallet thing, right? This is a little bit smaller. You don't think this sort of slight, size difference makes like a difference, but it really does. Like, this can fit in here. You know what I mean? This can literally fit in here. Oh my god. Now I started out with a clear cover on it, you know, the Hobonichi Weeks clear cover, right? The regular one. I don't know where it went. It just disappeared. It really went like, oh, you don't need me? Well, bye then. To be fair, it has seen some shit. Like it was starting to kind of like crack and stuff. Like I was feeling kind of bad. I was gonna put it back after this year is over, but like it ran away. So I can't. But yeah, I took it off because like I like feeling the texture of the cover. Oh my god, it's so nice. And also, to be fair, the clear cover was also there because I thought I was gonna decorate it, and it was supposed to protect whatever I put on the cover to decorate, but like I ended up not decorating, so it's whatever. Now, this isn't my first time using a Weeks, but it is my first time having one as a travel buddy. I've never had one that I used super daily, like taking it around with me, and I felt conflicted because I do love the Wix as a thing in general. I love everything about it, like the form factor, the paper, all the layouts it has. I love all of it, right? But for taking out with me, because I'm someone who wants to be able to have a travel buddy even when I'm not taking a bag, like AKA in a pocket. And this is not pocket size. The fact that I needed a bag if I wanted to take this kind of bothered me. A shame, because again, love everything about it. If it wasn't meant to be my travel buddy, then it wouldn't matter, right? But, God, I just love how there's a place for everything, though. I really did get spoiled by this thing this year. Because the only other thing I've ever used as a travel buddy thus far is a Passport TN. And I had used that for 23. And in that, I would just have one insert. I didn't have like sections or anything. All the writing was just, it was there. No organization. And then it was like one insert, that where I could put my money, and then like the craft folder. So it was only three things. But after using the Weeks, I'm like, oh, I really love that there's like a calendar section to like visually see how fucking time works. The little daily boxes in the week section are usually more than enough space for me for my needs, right? Like that is where I would write my timeline and such, right? The notes on the right side, I did have a little bit of a bump using them. So at first, I was using it as like a weekly health summary thing, but I stopped doing that because I write about my health daily in Penly anyway. So I was doing that, and then I was like, what's the point, right? And then here I didn't know what to do, kind of, but this was also, to be fair, like a time in my life when I didn't use this as much in general. Like even this side is empty. And then I was like, oh, how about I use it as like, not really a morning pages thing, because that's supposed to be like multiple pages when you wake up, right? No. My neurons don't do that. They don't do anything in the morning, honestly. But I did still write down whatever garbage my brain had upon waking up. So that usually meant like what dream I just had, whatever song is stuck in my head in the morning, because I usually wake up with music in my head. Sometimes I'll even be like, all right, I gotta do the thing today, or why the fuck is upstairs renovating at 8 a.m., things like that. And that has actually felt so comfortable and natural to me that I started in like, is it? Yeah, like mid-late March, and I haven't stopped since. Like this, okay, no, that is going way beyond. I actually really like it. Definitely want to continue doing that in some way, shape, or form next year. I'll think about how to do that, but I want to. The notes in the back pages also had their use, and here, hi, this is a sticker of one of my OCs. Oh, by the way, there's the Stajiki. Usually don't need it, but it's here just in case. In the front, there's also another sticker of another one of my OCs. There we go. Anyways, this back section it ended up being mostly gaming notes. It's not exclusive to gaming notes, but it just kind of ended up that way. And you can see like how tiny my handwriting is. Like in the beginning I tried to write bigger, but then I was like, what if I run out of space? And so I just started writing how I naturally would, which is like this. And then I realized that there were more than enough pages and I didn't need to do that, so I just went back to writing like a normal human being again. But yeah, mostly gaming. Not always though, because here I have like a shopping list sometimes, like shopping lists, right? Sometimes I'll write down like BL that I find interesting, or not find interesting. I see the title of it and I'm like, ooh, I'm curious about it. Keep that in mind. Remember that it exists, right? Oh, here I was like using, I don't usually use highlighters or markers or whatever the hell, but I have really random ones just laying around because I have like a handful of free things that I've received. So I was like, why not? Why not? Let's see what it looks like if I did that. It is cute. I can see why people do it, but I couldn't be bothered. I don't have the time for that. But yeah, I'm only on, that's page 22, and there's 73 pages. Yeah, there was no need for me to write that small. For the other smaller sections, let's look at the yearly overview. Like, this was really for writing down temperature if I forgot to do so in my Penly, which was like, as you can see, just extremely rare. This is just to say that if there's a section like this that doesn't get much use, or like even if you use it, it doesn't look filled, don't feel bad. God damn it, my stuff's. Yeah, as I was saying, don't feel bad. Either you just didn't need it, or you used it as much as you needed to, and it has served its purpose. I just feel bad seeing people feel bad about not using 100% of their planners. It's all good. You're fine. As long as you're getting the use out of it that like you needed and it's functioning the way it's supposed to, you're good. You're fine. Okay, on to the monthly calendars. Okay, for the monthly calendars, I mean, it started out really sparse. Because, like, I wasn't planning, I already knew, or I was planning on not using it that much anyway. It was just for, like, reminders or, like, really important stuff, or, like, again, using it when I was outside. So I didn't think I would use it a lot anyway. But as time went on, it became more and more populated. I started writing it in more. Because I actually really do like using analog calendars a lot, but especially for financial stuff. I found that keeping track of finances on paper is more comfortable for me than digital, so I kind of started doing that. I'm still doing it in my Penly, but this is where I would go first to write down things like immediately and then move it over to Penly. But also the pages in the back. Well, not this, because I didn't use these. Clearly, I don't use all of them. Again, don't feel bad. It's whatever. I do usually use the My 100 page because I love the concept of it, but I never use, not use, but like I don't have one topic for all 100 entries. Does that make sense? I usually split it into 2 lists of 50 because there's no way I even want to do 100 of a particular thing. But I split this into, this side was, well, I wrote it down here, videos I want to make and things I want to eat. Oh, the interview part. I love this kind of stuff because I love answering questions about myself because I'm so conceited. I am going to fill this out eventually. I really want to, but that's for another time. I actually thought this was really cute. Straight up just like recipes. That's so adorable. Yes, the 365 checkoff sheet thing. This, I used to see how many days I exercised for this year specifically. Other years I didn't do it, but for this one, this year, it's for when I exercised. And I'm realizing that I should have used a marker or something with color to be able to see it easier. I probably will go back and do that. So, you know, for my own sake, because I want to be able to see it easier. But I'm so proud of how many days I worked out. I don't know if you can tell. But so far, this isn't in real time because I haven't, this is until like covering November. I haven't filled in anything regarding December yet. So when December ends, then I'll count how many days and I'll check that off. But yeah, I know it's not going to be, what is it, completely 365, but it's going to be close, and that's something to be proud of. Overall, functionally, loved it. Loved that despite the fact that this is supposed to be a whatever travel buddy, almost a scrap paper kind of thing, the info all had their own places. It made shit easier to find, and it all being organized did make my brain happy. However, I did not get another one for next year. I was really debating it, especially since there were some cover designs I wanted, like the bow and tie sushi. Oh my god, it looks so cute. But I really could not get over how, for me personally, this isn't pocketable. I hate having to carry around bags, man. I can't do it. I have been like thinking about other systems that might serve as a travel buddy, like smaller things, but so far no. Like I've settled on the passport just for the size alone. It's perfect for me, and it can also be used as a wallet. Some other notebooks that are similar in size to the passport or perhaps even smaller, they don't have like a whole thing where you can turn it into a wallet. They don't have those kind of covers available, or at least from what I've seen. So passport is where it's at, I think, for 25 for me. Oh, let me just, almost forgot. Just quickly, I mean, there's nothing going on because I took out all the cards. Like, do you really need to see my cards? No, you don't. Usually in here I have, because in the weeks when I'm at home, I use this Energel, right? Just regular black pen. But when I'm outside, this stays home, right? This is the house pen, right? When I go outside, in general, always take a ballpoint, and it's always a Uni Jetstream. This is the only one I use. I refuse to use anything else. That's always in there. And my outside pen is, I think, did I show this before? I feel like I have. It's a Zebra Sarasa Grand, the old one where everyone complained that this is like, oh, there we go. Is it in, God damn it. Yeah, everyone was complaining that like when you click it, it bothers your thumb, which like I have never had that issue before because I always end up doing it like, can I show you? Oh my god, this is like that. I always end up missing it anyway, so it didn't matter. But whatever, it's fine. And then I have this random cute little paper clip here instead of putting the pens there. This is like the cute little, what do you call it? Not paper, but like a little card. The cards that came with the weeks. I just keep them here. That's where my money usually goes. And in here, I have these tarot cards. All right, now I have some things that I started using this year. In the beginning, I said there was some other smaller stuff. So these are some of the things I started using this year that I consider to be their own category. Because there are things that are continuous, not just for a certain year, if that makes sense. I just happened to start using them this year. The first is right here. This 5-year Q&A. There we go. This book from Potter. I just mentioned this, but like I love answering questions, taking surveys, that sort of stuff. And I've always wanted a multi-year thing, but I didn't want to get like the 3-year or 5-year stuff from like Midori and such. So when I saw this last summer, I was like, I need it. And it's been great. I did fall off on filling it in on a daily basis because I used to go in actually every day and fill in the entries, but fell off a little bit. I do try to remember to go back and answer the questions. So there are no gaps in between and like dates or anything, but it's like not filled in to the current date because I'm still behind. Let me just show you some of my answers. There's one in February where it was like, today you've got too much. And I said, too much bullshit. I got hit in the fucking head by a complete stranger. If I see him again, he's dead. Oh, I remember that. I was so mad. This random ass man who's passing me by literally just slapped me in the head and almost knocked over my headphones. And he like yelled something at me. I have no idea. Dude, I was just listening to some good music. What's wrong with you? That was so random. And he looked younger than me too. Jesus. Oh my god. April is just like, who would you trade places with just for one day? And I was like, a cis man, just to be gendered correctly by strangers. Ooh, here's one from May. It says, when was the last time you went swimming? And it was probably when I was at YMCA during high school for those summer classes, and I almost drowned, which is true, because I can't swim for shit. I still can't swim, actually. If anything, those swimming classes made me scared of swimming more. This one from June is just like, when your next social engagement? None. Oh my god, look. What can you smell right now? Isopropyl, because I sprayed it everywhere. The only kind of alcohol I love. I actually don't drink. I don't like alcohol. It tastes weird to me, and I don't understand why people like it. Ooh, this is this. Camping or hotel? Hotel every time. Fuck touching grass. Honestly, I hate. Don't put me out in nature. I can't do it. And this is more recent. This is like last month. But it's like, what is your dream job of the day? Do your dream job change on a daily basis? I don't know. But I said, well, lately I've been nonstop thinking about how much I want to work at Yosaka, like actually, and this is true. This is still holding up. Like I've never worked in a stationery store before, but I would love to. They all seem so nice, and it's the store itself. When I finally visited this year, the lights aren't too bright. It's a small but not completely cramped space. There's so much stuff everywhere, but it seems so cozy. It's like there's wood and then there's plants. I mean, I just said I don't want nature, but as like interior design vibes, I like wood and like plants around. Oh, it just seems so nice, and I really wish I could. It's just so, I think I mentioned in the last part, it's 2 trains away. God, I can't. I wish, but I can't. Oh no, this is more recent, because this is literally the last thing I filled in, and it's from this month. It's for December 4th. It says, do you want to know how it ends? I just said no. But also, like, how what ends? Like, what do you, this sounds so ominous. Is it like a work of fiction? Do you mean my life? Like, what are you talking about? I really do love this book, though. I'm gonna have so much fun filling it in for this first year is done for the next 4 years, and it's really going to be interesting to see how different my answers are and how my life changes across 5 years. And you could see in those months I had like different inks for the different months. Again, too cute to character colors. Those were all friction inks because like I still have a lot left over from when I was using a Hobonichi cousin. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with all these inks. I might as well use it. But it's not like a thing I have to do. I just, if I have the ink, I'll use it, right? I'm just trying to get through things. Okay, the second thing is actually also here. And it's a notebook that I've been having. It's been in my possession, but I never had a use for it until now. And it's the Cafe Note in A6 from Nanami Paper. I only got this because I love the idea of having an A6 book that has this many sheets of just gridded Tomoe River paper, but it's also called Cafe Note. And I'm Cafe Boy. I think this was before the change to the S paper. I want to say, because it's been a while since I got this. Either way, both papers are great, so like it doesn't matter to me. I'm not like the most strict like paper head. Also, this has a preppy wa stuck to it. This is the Yangasuri pattern. No particular reason. This is just the one that was like within reach when I first started using this. I don't actually remember what month, but this is what I'm calling my media reaction journal, kind of. It's just this continuous wall of words. There's no dates, no decoration, no indication of what I'm reacting to, just my immediate reactions to whatever I'm watching or listening to, right? And it's not a journal as in like I'm writing down paragraphs of my in-depth thoughts. This is really just pure reaction. Just like, oh my god, what is wrong? What are you doing? What do you mean? That kind of stuff. Like, I don't even start on a new line for like when I start watching something or listening to something different. It's just all a mess and I love it. The notebook itself, the covers are very cardstock. It's like similar to like MD notebooks. It's very, very stock. That's pretty stiff. It also came with a sheet of blotting paper, which is so nice of them. I've yet to use it because I use EF nibs anyway, so they usually dry faster. But it's really neat that is there. I of course own the Animal Crossing Shitajiki, as every weeb-ass stationery head is required to have, I feel like, at this point. And this clear cover is from MD, for, of course, the A6 size. It fits it. I say it fits. It was a tight fit only because I kept this paper jacket on the notebook. Like, you can see here, if I do that, yeah, there we go. You can tell that the inside cover is actually brown. And there's the jacket. Oh, right, let me show you just really quickly. The Shitajiki's like here, so that means barely used any of the pages, but it's just, I'm telling you, just walls. Yeah, that's it. Just walls of text. This is definitely not a thing I need though, because like, you just saw it's fairly empty. I forget to reach for it half the time. But unlike the TN refills that I tried to force myself to use and I fell off on, this isn't dated. So there's no obligation for me to visit it every day or even go back and fill things in like the 5-year thing. It's just there when I get the urge to use it. So like it doesn't pressure me, and I feel like that freedom is what makes me want to use it, oddly enough. I've been really enjoying the existence of this. Now for the third thing, because it just keeps going. It's also here. A lot of things are just right here, right? It's another TN refill that I had bought last year. It was part of the whole failed attempt to have TN as my main system thing, right? If I stayed in the passport for 24, I would have needed it, but alas, I ended up getting the week, so yeah, whatever. It was just a monthly refill, dated, right? Which is a shame, but I did end up using it as what I call an ink tester, because my pens are, again, usually very super fine tips, and they often hard start and shit, so it really did help to have a dedicated area for this. So literally just, yeah, just for squishy, scratchy pens so that they start working. Because before this, I would just have a single, like, regular-ass sticky note, which was not a fun time. It, like, ripped easily, and those usually don't hold ink well. But this uses MD paper, so I can start any pen on this with no worries. And now I'm, like, really into the idea of having a dedicated, just pen, like, ink testing thing. Alright, fourth thing is another TN thing, the sticker release, the refill that I showed in the hauls video. But now there's more things in it because I just bought stuff today. I've been really loving having this handy. It's so useful for, well, like I mentioned it in the last part, but like again, holding on to packaging stickers or even receipts and the like until I can put them in my scrapbook. This is, of course, going to be coming with me to 25 and forever, honestly. This is just like, now it's a must-have. That and you know what? Actually, the ink tester, too. And finally, the fifth and last thing. Yes, you can go home soon. It's something I personally call a scratchbook. I know that's like an actual art thing, but it's basically a notebook that I treat as like scrap or scratch paper. But I can't call it a scrapbook because that's also like already thing that I use. So scratchbook it is. Sorry. It's something I do like need because I like having a place to write down those tiny quick notes that I'll never need again. But I hate the idea of using paper to write something just to throw it away, like for example, like sticky notes, right? So I like having all those like notes together in one place. I mean, so long as it's not like sensitive information or anything, right? To give a little background on mine, for most of this year, I've been using these tiny rings. Hello, Pochi. That's another sticker of my little OC. Hello, you're so cute. Not sure what size they are, but they're common enough that I can find refills for this. I think the paper size was like 80 by 60 millimeters or 8 by 6 centimeters. So apparently it's a thing. I don't know. But they're just big enough to hold credit cards. So let me show you, like, this is one of the PVC pockets that you can get for this size. Literally just card size. There's Zhongli. I actually got a whole set of these that came in all these different colors, like the spines were different colors, and of course the button. Because I wanted to see if I'd like to use this as a travel buddy. Turns out no, but I did still like using them at home, so I kept them, right? However, I recently got this weird rings thing that I also showed in the haul video, this thing. So I was loving using this as like my new scratchbook because it's a little, not a little, it's bigger and it has more room for like longer form brainstorming. It was a lot easier to write on it. But again, I mentioned this in the last one too. The screw is still missing. Yet to find it. It's this corner here. So I've been terrified of using it. So not long after, I had to go back to this, which I don't mind at all. That's not a bad thing. I really like this tiny ass little thing actually. Oh, and I also have, there's the S-gel parading around as a Sarasa clip. There we go. Ooh, I did find another use for one of the other little rings, the different color, because it came in like a set, right? So this one it's silver, but it's like a dark silver. Is it technically called gunmetal? I don't know, but this I've been using as like a thing for my passwords, and it's really thick because each page is a single account, which I really love because that means I have enough space to, like, let's say like the old password, and if I change a password, I just cross it out, write the new one under it so that I can also see like a history of like what I've already used as a password, right? And this is something I'm constantly referencing, so I'm always using this. I love this a lot actually. For the cover, it's just, I have these random these random things I printed out with like the which one do I have? The Kodak step. Actually, well, this is Kodak step. This was with a thermal printer. It was the faux memo. I know they have a lot of designs. The design I have is the one that looks like airmail, but the black one. And that was printed like years ago. So it's actually holding up pretty well. There he is, my dumb son. Oh, and in the back, there's a random shoe card. Not sure why. I did not purchase this, so I don't know why I have him in my possession. He's like in the cover, which is another thing I love about this. You could just put things into the cover itself. That's so nice. And I'm done. God, I talked a lot for something that wasn't even that serious. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'll see you in the next part. Bye!